Tonight, exclusive, the ID scanner results are in, how badly Flinders Street is hurting. First on 9, we're underwater for the first look at Townsville's big plans to create a diving museum mecca. An Australian woman shot dead by police after calling them for help. Why this TV favourite is going aggro at Pauline Hanson. The Cowboys home after cleaning up again on their Cairns crusade. Plus our investigation, phone scams, the tips and tricks to ensure you don't fall prey.
This is 9 News North Queensland with Samantha Heathwood.
Good evening, welcome to 9 Local News. An Australian woman has been shot dead by police in the United States. Dressed in her pyjamas, Justine Ruschek-Damond was fired at outside her home after she phoned 911 to report a disturbance. Her distraught family is demanding answers.
She was the Australian who left her home in Sydney for love and life in the USA. In the United States, Lizzie Pearl, 9 News.
In a 9 News exclusive, we can reveal how many revellers are being turned away from Townsville's late-night venues because of problems with the city's new ID scanners. Traders say ongoing technical issues have left them thousands of dollars out of pocket.
Late-night traders are concerned new ID scanners are turning away more business than trouble. Roanne Baldry, 9 News.
Opposition police spokesperson Tim Mander has spent the day in Townsville spruiking proposed terrorism measures. If the LNP wins government, they've pledged to crack down on terror threats at a state level.
They include having a dedicated counter-terrorism minister in the state cabinet, which will be attached to the police portfolio to make sure we have the right leadership.
Mr Mander says state policies around bail, parole and detention orders for terror suspects will also be tightened. 9 News has been given an exclusive look at a bold plan to create an underwater museum off the coast of Townsville and Palm Island. Potential sites are being scoped out for the proposed tourist mecca, which its creators hope will rake in millions of dollars.
Jumping into the deep blue, where millions may eventually follow. Philip Calder, 9 News.
You may have experienced an early morning walk on Castle Hill before, but how about at 2 a.m? 1,000 people walked up and down over 24 hours from Saturday morning for a good cause. The Hit FM Hit the Hill raised more than $35,000 for charity. Townsville's Winter Racing Carnival has begun with the racing of North Queensland's richest 2-year-old race. Checking fuel prices in Townsville, the average cost of unleaded is sitting at $1.24.3 a litre. The RACQ says we should be paying $1.21.8. A North Queensland cane farmer is nursing a sore hand after a croc attack. Darryl Bell was attempting to move the 1.4 metre reptile in Mareeba when he was bitten. Australia's Defence Force will be given the power to help police in the event of a terror attack on home soil. The Prime Minister announced the overhaul, which also includes a new super department, bringing together several national security agencies.
The Prime Minister wants it to be easier for the Army to be called in during terror attacks. Mark Burrows, 9 News.
9 News has exclusive video of 2 men arrested after a high-speed chase through Brisbane and Ipswich, which ended with a crash on the wrong side of a Brisbane motorway. Pauline Hanson has a new enemy. TV favourite Agro is furious. He's been made out to be a closet One Nation supporter, and he's fighting back.
He's the star of countless Queensland childhoods. Shane Doherty, 9 News.
Australia could soon be home to dozens of new banks. Proposed changes are set to even the playing field for small lenders, reducing the power of the Big Four and helping customers get cheaper home loans.
What's in a name? Well, everything it seems when you're a bank. Ross Greenwood, 9 News.
There are growing calls for unity within the government amid warnings the Malcolm Turnbull-Tony Abbott feud could cost the Liberals the election. Ministers say voters will mark them down unless they stop talking about themselves and get on with the job.
Tony Abbott, just another tourist relaxing on a European holiday. Lane Kelcart, 9 News.
Now it's time for a check of today's weather and a quick look at the forecast. Nicole joins us for all the details.
Thanks, Sam. We've been welcomed to the working week with sunshine. Tomorrow, though, onshore winds will blow in a bit of cloud to coastal areas in our region, thanks to this trough that's forming offshore further south. Unfortunately, for those hanging out for rain, those skies will be mostly clear in our region. Patchy showers isolated to Cooktown and the peninsula. Temperatures along the coastline will be stable around the high 20s. Inland, a few cooler minimums. More weather soon. Sam.
Thanks, Nicole. When 9 local news returns, a young woman wielding a knife, the terrifying Queensland hold-up, all caught on camera. We're on board for the Queensland War Games, incredible firepower parked just off our coast. Meet the wonder pup who survived a 45-metre fall off a cliff. Plus, avoiding scams, how to make sure you never talk to a foreign call centre again.
Current affair next.
A Bundaberg teenager is accused of wielding a huge knife and threatening 2 workers during an armed robbery at a local service station. Fast boats, even faster jets, and the North Queensland sun. What we're about to show you isn't a luxury tropical cruise, but it's full-blown war games, just off the coast. Operation Talisman Sabre is back, Australian forces joining with the jewel of the American Navy, the USS Ronald Reagan.
It isn't subtle, but it's breathtaking. Tom Fowles, 9 News.
A British Cocker Spaniel is one very lucky puppy surviving a 45-metre fall down a cliff in the UK. Indy had been chasing a stone during a walk in Somerset. Are you worried you could be the victim of a scam? Tonight, we reveal the tips and tricks to ensure you never have to talk to a foreign call centre again. That special 9 News investigation coming up a little later in the bulletin. Up next, road rage on the rise. Why the majority of us are angry behind the wheel, even admitting to chasing other drivers. Adults and children swept away as a flash flood rips through a popular swimming area. The world says farewell to Mission Impossible star. Plus, the Gumtree mega makeover, new products, bigger savings and easier ways to pay. That's next. He was the master of disguise in the original Mission Impossible TV series in the 1960s. 9 family members have died in a flash flood at a popular swimming hole in the US. They were gathered for a birthday party when they were swept away by rushing water and debris. Road rage in Australia is on the rise, with a startling number of drivers admitting to losing their cool behind the wheel. Almost half say they've tailgated, while almost 20% confess to chasing down a motorist.
If anyone knows what it's like to be on the receiving end of road rage, it's Cristobal Valencia. Madeline Slattery, 9 News.
It's one of the most popular ways to buy and sell second-hand goods. Now Gumtree, the online classified site, is celebrating a major milestone with a special revamp, saying new features will make it even better for the 7 million monthly users.
Step inside Extraction Artisan Coffee at Slacks Creek and you'll find a whole lot of Eva Millick, 9 News.
2 months after tying the knot with Snapchat founder Evan Spiegel, Miranda Kerr has shared pictures of the big day. When we return, meet the black cat brought back from the brink of death. What vets made this kitty consume to save its life. A driver's incredible escape when a huge pipe smashes through the roof of his moving car. And we'll reveal how to ensure you never have to talk to a foreign call centre again. Plus, the Doctor Who bombshell, what's happened to the world's most famous time traveller? A man has escaped with a few scratches after a freak accident, an industrial pipe smashing through the roof of his car in Florida. In a major shake-up of one of the most popular science fiction TV shows of all time, British actress Jodie Whittaker has been cast as the new lead in Doctor Who. A black cat who swallowed poison has made a lucky recovery, and you won't believe the miracle cure. Vets called on a Saturday night special to save Tipsy's life.
A clawful emergency. Nat Wallace, 9 News.
Paul joins me now with sport. Paul, the Cowboys were just too good at getting cans.
Sam, it is not a happy home game hunting ground for South Sydney. The Cowboys come out on top of their Cairns crusade against the Rabbitohs. That's next. Will Sam Thaiday remain a one-club man at the Broncos? And the ageless Roger Federer again wins at Wimbledon. Antonio Winterstein is unlikely to play in the Cowboys' next clash after injuring his calf in yesterday's hit-out against the Rabbitohs in Cairns. The winger's one of several Cowboys carrying question marks from an otherwise comfortable 13-point win against the lacklustre Bunnies.
A convincing win, but it's put a Cowboys stalwart in doubt. Tom Fowles, 9 News.
Broncos veteran Sam Thaiday hinting that he won't retire at the end of 2018, despite not being wanted by the Broncos. Coach Wayne Bennett's told Thaiday he won't be needed at the club after next season. Roger Federer has cemented his place as the greatest ever male tennis player. 14 years after winning his first Wimbledon crown, Federer's now claimed his 8th after a straight sets win over Marin Cilic in the final.
Not just a serve, this was also a salute to history. Tony Jones, 9 News.
The desperate need for a toilet break mid-race has denied Aussie rider Michael Matthews back-to-back stage wins at the Tour de France. Instead, it was Dutchman Bauke Mollema who and Aussie Daniel Ricciardo on the penultimate lap. The Townsville Blackhawks have claimed the Foley Shield and moved to equal 4th on points in the Intrust Super Cup after dismantling the Northern Pride 32-10. Things started badly for the Pride when Jordan Drew crossed over 8 minutes in. The match also marked the debut of Blackhawks recruit Frank Molo. To basketball, and Townsville Flames have taken revenge on the Meteorettes, claiming an emphatic 30-point victory. Darcy Garvin was the standout with 24 points and 14 rebounds. Mia Murray also put in an impressive performance with 18 points. It leaves Mackay still one place above Townsville. Meanwhile, Fire coach Rodney Anderson says his side's starting to find form at just the right time, 4 weeks out from the playoffs. The Heat put on a strong performance to beat the Meteors by 15.
Townsville took control of the game right from the get-go. Philip Calder, 9 News.
Sam, that's sport.
Excellent, comprehensive. Thanks, Paul. Up next, Nicole has all the weather details.
If you missed the wow of New Britain's Got Talent, catch up on 9 Now. And don't miss New Britain's Got Talent on Channel 9.
Taking a quick look at finance, the share market is slightly lower with the All Ords down 7 points. Our dollar is buying 78 US cents and 59 pence. Trouble understanding operators and confusion about whether phone calls are a scam are common complaints from customers fed up with overseas call centres. But 9 News can reveal there are ways to have your problem dealt with in Australia, if you know what to say.
We are actually based in Manila.
Tim Avia, 9 News.
A new portrait has been released of Prince Charles and Camilla to celebrate the Duchess of Cornwall's 70th birthday. Let's check out all the weather details now. Nicole Rowles joins us again to take a look at what's on the way for the rest of the week.
Thanks, Sam. What a way to start off the working week. The sun was out and in Cairns we had a top of 27 degrees. In Townsville, plenty of sunshine as well and a max of 27. Across the region today, temps have been pretty stable, up around 26 to 27 degrees across most coastal areas. Inland, Georgetown and Hewenden had the warmest maximums with 31 degrees. Georgetown also recording the coolest minimum, down to just 11. In the past 24 hours, we've just seen the last effects of a ridge that was bringing wet weather right down the state's coastline over the weekend. Some very light falls lingering in some coastal areas today. Right now in the state's north, the weather's pretty stable. Further south, though, a developing trough is bringing some wet weather and winds to coastal areas. Tomorrow, we'll see that trough deepen and we'll start to feel its effects stretch further up the coastline. Another trough moving in from the west will create a windy day in the state's interior. As it moves offshore on Wednesday, the state will stay clear while inland areas will continue to get strong winds. Cooler temps are on the way in the southern states as a cold front moves up from down south. Maximums aren't getting above 15 degrees for Adelaide, Melbourne or Canberra. Warm though in Darwin with 33 degrees. In Brisbane tomorrow, cloudy with possible showers, temps at 13 to 25 degrees. We'll see a bit of cloud around the state's north tomorrow, but only Mackay will get any rain and those falls will be patchy. There'll be a few more showers down through coastal areas to about Gladstone. The state's southeastern corner will see possible storms. Further inland though, it'll be pretty clear. Looking more closely at our region tomorrow, onshore winds are bringing a few showers to Cooktown and the peninsula. Elsewhere along the coastline, it'll be cloudy with temperatures still stable around the 20s. Inland west of Cairns, a bit of cloud around for Mareeba and Atherton as well. Georgetown and Hughenden, both fine with maximums in the 30s. Charters Towers getting down to 12 degrees early tomorrow morning. Boaties, southeasterly winds will hit 20 knots off Cairns tomorrow. It'll ease throughout the day with seas around 1.5 metres. In Townsville waters, winds will be a little calmer with seas around 1 metre. Tomorrow in Cairns, cloudy throughout most of the day with tops of 28 degrees. A bit of cloud sticking around into Wednesday with temps staying around 28 degrees, dropping back a bit for Thursday and Friday with minimums getting to below 20 degrees and dropping a couple of degrees right up to the weekend, but it'll stay mostly sunny right into the weekend. In Townsville, cloudy and 28 degrees tomorrow. Taking a look at the rest of the week, a bit of cloud around on Wednesday with a warm top of 29. And that's the weather for this Monday, Sam.
Wonderful. Thanks, Nicole. That's 9 local news for this Monday. I'm Samantha Heathwood. Thanks for joining us. Tracy's next with a current affair from all the team. Have a great night.
Australia's nastiest no-go zones.